If you guys would take a homemade Oreo and just not put a top on, boom, and just have middle and bottom, it is delicious with homemade Oreos. You should do that. Bye.
What are we making?
Homemade Oreos.
She did what?
Homemade Oreos. Homemade Oreos. Okay. You need 3/4 cup of butter, which would be a stick and a half. 2 eggs.
And the butter should be soft, by the way. And 1 box of the devil's food.
Devils.
Mama Boucher said that was the devil.
The devil!
Bobby Boucher's mama.
Shake what your mama gave you, baby.
Stop it. Alright, now we put this little thinger on there like a professional and we'll go mix it.
Alright. Clean off your mixer. And then we're going to put some saran wrap over the top and let it rest in the fridge for about 10 minutes or so.
Okay, so it's chilled for 10 minutes.
Third time's the charm.
It just helps the butter.
It makes it easier to shape the ball of batter. Cookie dough, cake batter, cake dough.
Yes. This might not have chilled for long enough, babe.
Need to go a little longer. So we're doing 2 teaspoon scoops of the stuff, because these will spread out and flatten quite a bit. They don't bake quite the same way as regular cookies. Okay, and then we're gonna bake at 350 for 7 to 9 minutes, and keep this in the fridge so that it'll stay firm, so that you can roll these out for the next batch. And we're gonna go for 7 minutes. Yeah, the cookies aren't done yet, bud. You can't eat them right now. Boone says, "Mom, they beeped."
gotta do this.
Give them a little drop so that they'll kind of flatten out a little more, and kind of helps them to sort of solidify, if that makes sense, so that they won't be so airy, so that you'll have a little bit more of a dense cookie to bite into instead of having it just kind of crumble and fall apart. Okay, once they've completely cooled, they've stiffened up, and you can stack them and try to match sizes because they're all going to be just a little bit different. And then see how this one, the top one's going to be just a little bit smaller than the bottom one. So if that bothers your OCD too much, then it might match one of the cookies from the other batch that's still cooling. Are they cool enough? Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Let's bring the tray over.
See, that one's a big one.
Yeah, that was a bigger one. Run out of room, so we will double stack some. Go. We got less than a minute left on this last batch. All right, time for the filling. It's 1 block of softened cream cheese. And then we've got a 1/2 cup of softened butter. Hold it sideways like that. There you go. Camera B is helping out.
Okay, we're gonna do that.
We got 2 cups of powdered sugar, and we'll need 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Might not be enough in this one, so we've got another bottle of it. That's good and creamy together.
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons does seem like a lot, but guess what? That's what the recipe called for. And if you don't add a lot of vanilla, it tastes like cream cheese and butter. That's really sweet.
Are you sure that's what the recipe called for?
Yes.
I'm recording it.
Let's start with 1 and then try it.
Okay. Believe me or don't.
Okay. Vanilla. The recipe says vanilla.
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 Gotta add the vanilla.
1 tablespoon of vanilla. Coming right
Oh,
up.
so close.
Not quite a full tablespoon. Okay. Give it a scrape. Taste a little bit, see if it needs more vanilla.
We need to add the sugar first. We need to add the sugar first.
Time for the flour.
No, powdered sugar.
Oh, yeah, powdered sugar.
If you make this with flour, you're gonna have a bad day.
Get that all mixed in.
give it a scrape and another taste. See if sugar helps change your opinion. More vanilla?
I can't tell.
It's perfect.
It might need a little bit more.
Yeah, it's
I
too
stand corrected.
It's too sweet, like a popsicle. Right, Mom?
Well, that's from the sugar. That's not from the vanilla.
Oh.
Hey, that's only half.
We're going full?
Fill her up.
Fill up, baby.
Full bore. We don't do anything half-butted. Okay, try again. Hey, save some for the cookies.
Still sweet like a popsicle.
More better?
That's better.
Does it need more?
No.
Hey, that's enough for you, giraffe tongue. Just do a little smear on the bottom half of one cookie. Use the top half. Kind of swirl them around a little bit and squish them. Ta-da! Homemade Oreo. Put them over there. And then once you get all of these done, it helps if you put them in the fridge a little bit to help stiffen the cream cheese filling back up. If you make these for a holiday type thing, like Halloween, you could add some orange food coloring to the cream cheese to give you the orange centers, or add some peppermint either extract or broken pieces of candy cane to it if you're making Christmas Oreos.
I made these for the 4th of July one year, and I did red, white, and blue Oreos. That's perfect.
Yeah, red, white, and blue filling. So you make your batch of icing and then divide it into thirds and add red food coloring to one and blue to the other. So you've got all three colors. If you're one of those, we'll say pranksters, then you would replace the cream cheese filling with toothpaste, because nobody says no to homemade Oreos, and they don't take dainty bites either. So you put toothpaste in the middle of it and they'll get a big old bite of it, and you get to laugh, and they get to try and choke it down or spit it out. You want to see what's going on up here, don't you? So, depending on the size of the cookies you make, depends on how big they are and how many the recipe will make. The recipe says it'll make 24 completed cookies, so that would be 48 individual cookies. But we ended up with 37 individual cookies, so we won't have quite as many. But if you ask Boone, it doesn't matter, because he just wants it anyway. Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. Just kidding, we're on our way home from grandma's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we ate almost all of the cookies.
But we just have a few left.
If Mom can keep us on the road. Okay. Yeah. good.
Yeah. Better than I ever imagined.
Better than the store-bought for sure.
Yeah. I almost saw the whole making part, but I was watching TV while Mom made some while I wasn't watching. So only the middle I was just watching Mom, not my show, because I turned the TV off.
So the cookie part, there's no crunch to it. There's a little bit on some of the edges, but it's still pretty soft, and the cream filling is very creamy and sweet, and just the right amount of vanilla. She making faces at me. Okay, time to kill off the cookies and go to bed, right? Never seen you so excited to go to bed.
Homemade Oreos. Homemade Oreos. Homemade.
Okay.
Homemade. Homemade. Don't include any of that. Are you recording?
I am now. All right, come on.
Shameful. I know where you sleep, boy.